and fellow adventurers. Welcome to the MNmaxed podcast. We want to thank you for joining us, and you do so as we continue the Extinction Curse. As always, we'd like to invite you to come join our Discord, and if you'd like to throw a little financial support our way, you can check out our Patreon. And a shout out to all of those at our big number level and above. Rock Jedi, Wolf, Blartimus Slump, Thunder Mammoth, Elisa Ellie, Das Chris, Dicky Lopez, Carnifex, Alex K, Mordine, Doma Elaka, Dr. Grinnis, Forevermore, Frank L, Just Mike Works, Ross D, Tree Hugger, and Darren W. Shout out to new patrons this week, Stephen H, and at the grand finale level, Fizzgig. And now a recap of Session 74. After having defeated the big bad of Book 3, Theseka, we decide to rest and heal up at the top of the tower. Both Turtle and Soro sense something spidery coming. We prepare for combat. Spiders come pouring into the room where we're at, along with creepy shadows, which all convalesce into a spider angel thing. It doesn't seem immediately hostile, so we chat a bit. Turns out she's a harbinger of fucking Pharasma and is after Soro. Hell yeah. The party tries to intercede, but Soro manages to control Moonlight, who immediately Leshy glides away. Peach Pie and Jeb give flighted chase. Moonlight goes invisible. Peach Pie decides to throw Bernard at Moonlight. Bernard flies true and clings to Moonlight. Bernard subsequently manages to grab Soro, critically succeeds a will save, and throws Soro to the ground. Moonlight and Bernard both begin to fall. Bernard almost dies, but Peach Pie shows up and battle medicines both of the fallen. The Psychopomp gathers Soro and goes back to talk to the wizard. Eventually, we all gather back up and continue to talk to the Psychopomp about weird Night Hag shit, Tanner and Tanessa, Opper Vandy, and whatnot. She wants us to help kill the Night Hag, and we're undecided. She fucks off. We explore the rest of the tower and get another reflection, this one of light. It gives us dark vision, and considering all of our enemies are coming from the Darklands, we suspect we might be heading there ourselves. Spoilers? Who knows? We decide to take a full rest at the tower, and the next day Moonlight decides to use a earthen travel ring thing that we've gotten to go talk to the circus and let them know what we're up to.
So, yeah, Moonlight will do that and show up at the campground.
Where the circus is?
Where the circus was when we left him.
You rise out of the stones next to the road where the circus has kind of put up camp. You see the wagons, the big top isn't up. The first circus member that you see is Fidget. And Fidget looks over at Moonlight. Moonlight, you can see worry cross her eyes pretty plainly, scurries over to you. Moonlight, you okay? You look, where is everyone else?
They're back at the tower. We have a trip we need to make.
Oh.
I need the professor.
Oh, you want me to go get him?
Yes, please.
She scurries off. A few minutes later, Professor and Fidget come back, and she kind of bouncing back and forth from foot to foot. Professor comes up and says, "Oh, Moonlight, you look weak. Withered almost."
You tell me the nicest things, Professor.
Well, I don't mean to boost your... you look great today, Moonlight. Look at you. Spry and... where is everybody? What's wrong? This is concerning.
We need to make a trip before we come back. We just wanted to let you know it'd be another couple days probably before we return. Didn't want you to worry.
The mayor's come back a time. He has sent an entourage to ensure that we weren't illegally performing within the city grounds.
Well, it's a good thing we are outside the city then.
Indeed. Is there anything we can do?
Anything you can do?
For you?
No. Don't worry about it. Just came back to let you know that we will be a few more days. We have to return to Kerrick.
All right then. I will hold down the fort, if you will.
Perfect. I knew you could. We just didn't want you to worry about us.
Fidget takes a couple of steps back, turns and scurries away. Professor shakes his head. The whole circus will know in 10 minutes.
That will be a couple more days? Or that we are okay?
Yeah, you look great. Absolutely. Fidget likes to talk. Let's just say we don't really need to make announcements necessarily. Sometimes these things travel. She's gotten into trouble a few times, but it's fine.
Yes, well, make sure everybody does know that I'm fine, everybody's fine. We will just be back in a few days.
I have one question. And he looks around, leans down. Did you encounter the spider woman? She wouldn't tell me her name. I was quite frightened, but she convinced me well and good that she was an agent of Pharasma, so I figured I would answer her questions.
Yes. Who are but circus folk to deny the wills of the gods, right?
Exactly. I didn't want to put anybody at risk. I know you all are very powerful on your own right, but there's no way we could defend against any creatures such as that. Besides, my soul has to pass by Lady of Graves, and he makes the Pharasman spiral symbol on his chest and looking around nervously. I don't want to anger her.
I think he's probably too nervous to even realize that there was a whole lot of sarcasm in Moonlight's tone.
Way too nervous for that. Yeah, absolutely.
Yes, we've dealt or had dealings with her. I don't know.
Be careful, she scared me. If the eyes of the Lady of Graves are on the circus in an ill way, I fear slightly for its safety.
Swell. I don't think she worries about the circus anymore. There are bigger things afoot.
I see.
Which is why we need to go to Kerrick. I must be going.
Good luck. And he awkwardly, salutes and
Moonlight stands there for 1 minute. And then sinks into the stone.
I do like that it takes a minute to sink into the stone as opposed to, chanting incantations. It's just a really slow sink.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Is it you stand there for a minute and then sink, or is it you just really slowly sink for a minute?
Stands there and awkwardly watches.
I actually feel like Moonlight probably activated it a little earlier, and that's why they kind of sped the conversation up and were like, that's why I need to be going, because I'm out of here.
I'm about to go.
The whole time you're sinking slowly into the ground. So you end up back at the tower. Now that everyone's back together, what's the plan?
Phantom Steed and head on out.
Phantom Steed.
How many castings?
3 and a bonded item.
Moonlight's gonna ride on Turtle.
Well, then I don't need to do my bonded item.
What if Turtle wants a steed?
A large cat riding a horse?
Yeah, it does call out medium or
A large turtle riding a huge actual turtle. Just curled up on the shell. Just.
It would take forever.
Travel speed 5.
So we've discussed now at this point, I understand that you will be Phantom Steed traveling from here all the way to Kerrick.
How long does Phantom Steed last?
8 hours.
Okay. Because it takes us the full 8 hours to get to Kerrick. So, we woke up in the morning, I went off to the circus. Say I'm back by 9. 8 hours of Phantom Steed gets us to Kerrick at about 5 o'clock.
Sounds about right. We're around dinner time. You guys visited Opper Vandy's house before. As you're riding into Kerrick on your Phantom Steeds, a lot of the ships are docked at port. The busy time is past for all of the, dock work and the shipping to occur. You know your way to Opper Vandy's house, and you make your way there. When you get close to his house, you find that all of the lights in the house are off. The door is closed, and all of the curtains are also drawn as well. Give me a perception check.
34.
37.
Moonlight, Peach by both, that font bearing the symbols of Abadar, Eridan, and Pharasma, and it's tipped over, and it slammed into the porch wood and splintered some of the wood there. You see that in the distance as you approach. Peach Pie, with your natural 20, the critical success, you see horse footprints that are ringing his property. It looks like they're going in a circle, and you can see that path.
But no horses or people?
No horses or people. There's actually nobody around, and it's eerily empty in this section of town. and there's nobody nearby.
I go up to the door and attempt to peer inside the windows, and if I can't see anything, I knock.
You can't see anything.
I knock.
There's no response. In fact, the door creaks open a little bit when you knock on it.
I poke my head in. Hello?
No response.
Hello?
No response.
Well, I'm coming in then.
Just go in, Peach Pie.
I do, and I start looking around.
Peach Pie, you find that there are also horse prints singed into the wood floor and the rugs.
Oh, a nightmare?
And the rugs are torn up all over the place. There's no active fire that's happening, but there's singed hoof prints all over the place. Moonlight, you get a tingle, and you want to look upstairs.
Moonlight heads upstairs.
Peach Pie follows.
Yeah, and Moonlight doesn't even say anything. They just start walking. Because in the back of Moonlight's mind, they're hoping that this thing got killed and that Sora will
Sora's
be there.
Peach Pie, as you're following Moonlight up the stairs, you see the back door that goes to behind Opper's house is off its hinges, broken, and the frame is kind of splintered. Do you still follow Moonlight?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay. What's everybody else doing right now?
Following.
Sounds good.
You don't see, as you're walking up the stairs, the hoof prints don't go up the stairs. But you do see that some of the portraits are knocked askew. And when you get to the top of the stairs, the master bedroom door to the south is open. The rest of the doors are closed.
Do I get a feeling that's the direction that this
Yep.
tingle's coming from?
Absolutely.
I head that direction. And unless something physically stops me, I go until I can't feel anything specific.
When you enter the master bedroom is almost entirely torn to pieces in here. There was a nice large four-poster bed that was in here, but it seems as though that the mattress has been shoved through the frame and into the floor. The posts on the corners of the bed are broken. The desk that's in the southwestern corner of the room has papers strewn about, and the desk is physically broken in half. What looks to be some sort of hammer blow with a fist in the middle of it, or maybe somebody getting, choke slammed through the desk. Hard to say. Amid the wreckage of the bed, you see the tip of an ivory bone sticking out.
Tip of an ivory bone?
It's tip of ivory tusk. It's not like a broken or shattered or anything. It's a point. Comes to a point.
We had 32 to see more specific. Like I said, I'll go into this room until...
Oh, I suppose you did say that, yeah. When you walk up to the bed, you see that it is the sheath that the Psychopomp sheathed Soro into, and the sheath is empty, and you're no longer getting the feeling. But you feel Soro's energy lingering here. You want to give me an occult check, I'll tell you more.
Well, there's a nat 20 for a 32. I was about to say I'm not very good at those, but the dice provide sometimes.
You can feel that lingering essence that Soro kind of always emanated. It feels as though he expended a lot of energy in this room, and you can still feel its lingering effect in the air.
He probably helped the hag or whatever, trying to fight against the Phrasman person. 32 to just look around the rest of the room, see if there's anything that could aid in what happened here.
There are claw marks on the bed frame for where the kind of the shattered remains of the frame are. And it would certainly seem as though that there was a big struggle that occurred here. Certainly a clawed creature of some kind. You also see remnants and strands of webbing that are splayed throughout the room as well.
But, no blood?
No blood.
So this sheath...
It seems to be the tusk of some great animal, about the size of a walrus tusk. It's about 2 feet long, and it's magical as hell.
Moonlight will take it.
What's everybody else doing? You kind of follow Moonlight, who silently climbed the stairs and walked into this room.
I use Opper Vandy's toilet room and go to the bathroom.
Just leave a big old upper decker.
What's in this back room?
There's an office in here, this heavy antique desk. There's wall shelves packed with books, ledgers, and folios. The door at the back of the office is locked.
Not for long.
I just used the fucking door knocker.
Just the wall next to it.
Yeah.
It'd be such a waste of your once per day.
When else am I gonna use it?
You don't know.
There is no sign of a struggle in this room at all. It seems as though the struggle went up the stairwell and into the master bedroom, and then back out again, but nowhere else on the second floor.
Let's rob this dude. I'm gonna wait and see if Moonlight can open this or not.
Moonlight gets a 28 to unlock it,
The 28 fails.
but not a critical failure.
No, it is not a critical failure. The DC for a good lock is a DC 30,
How many times do I have to get it?
5 times.
Jesus Christ, people.
That's a critical fail. Wait, no, just a failure.
It's not a critical. I say I can't critical fail unless I get a 1. That's 2, 3. Break a pick.
Is everybody just kind of hanging out in the office waiting for Moonlight to break into this room?
Yeah, pretty much.
You got replacement picks, I would assume, Moonlight, right?
Oh yeah. That's 4. So that's 5.
All right.
Only broke 1 pick.
It's not too bad.
And took me a while.
Looked like it was about a minute. Well, the door to this large closet bears a good lock that you've just clicked open. In here, there's shelves with boxes. It looks like boxes of paperwork, some business records, a couple of small chests.
Tech magic.
There's nothing magical in the room.
Whiz out.
I mean, I'm looking for something that would indicate what might have happened, or if there's any kind of... But I get a critical failure, so I don't find anything.
Moonlight doesn't do much better. 24 to...
There's no evidence that this struggle occurred in this office in any way, shape, or form at all.
Yeah, Moonlight's looking for stuff against Opper Vandy, like that he's doing something shady. He still doesn't like this guy.
You search through, you see business records, and you actually find some of his accumulated treasures. The coins and valuable items in here are worth a lot of gold. And these are all personal items of his. You probably see a total of about $4,000 in valuables in this room.
I don't want to just take his stuff. I mean, if the guy's dead, I'll come back for it, but...
So maybe we put the lock back on the door. Remember, this is here just in case.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to just rob the guy. I was looking to see if he had any records on that little loan thing that he didn't...
No.
Anything like that. I mean, if he was a smart guy, he wouldn't, but I don't always know that he's a smart guy.
Yeah, no, you don't find anything like that at all. Aside from that, on the second floor, you see a couple of spare bedrooms. He did take you on the tour before, so it's kind of coming back. He spent a night here as well. Each of the bedrooms has a hearth. They're all cold right now. All the curtains and the windows are drawn. Lights are all snuffed.
It looks like the guy was probably asleep in bed when something happened.
Do you head back downstairs?
Yeah, it's time to head out that back door that apparently has been blown off its hinges.
Yeah, we go check that out.
When you walk out the back door, which is, again, off its hinges, the frame is splintered. It looks like something large forced its way through this door. You see the hoof prints of the singed hoof prints, again, all over the wood flooring here. Moonlight, when you step outside, it's impossible not to see. Just in front of the outbuilding, the corpse of a horse. It looks like a huge horse skeleton, except for all of its features are sharp. It's got sharp, jagged teeth, and it's smoldering.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait for the other people to get here before I get any closer to that. I don't trust undead or fiendish things to be dead when they look dead.
Yeah, that is a very evil-looking, undead, fiery horse thing. Like something out of a nightmare.
Ha ha!
Oh.
So everybody, I would imagine, follows Moonlight out the back door.
Yes.
It's not difficult to see this. It's larger than a normal horse. This outbuilding that's out here, you recall that this is where Opper Vandy said his embalming lab was. The door is closed, and you hear a slight sobbing sound from inside.
Someone's in trouble.
Is there a check we can make to make sure this thing's actually dead?
Religion, I would believe, for a greater nightmare, for like a recall knowledge or something.
Not for me.
If Moonlight were to say something, I could take a look. Only get a 22 though.
It looks dead, I guess.
Can I do an animal empathy check on it? Hey there, little buddy.
Feline lore on the freighter nightmare.
Jed's convinced it's dead. It's a skeleton. It obviously had some sort of bone disease. Look at the spurs all over it.
It was burning from the inside, guys. Come on, it's dead.
You'd have to kind of step over its corpse if you're to get to the door of the embalming lab where you're hearing the sobbing sound.
I guess that's the plan.
So, Moonlight, when you open the door and enter the room, you can see what is making the sobbing sound, and it's obvious. You see Opper Vandy on the ground, huddled around Sorrow.
Oh, he's dead.
Moonlight walks over and grabs him.
When you go to grab Sorrow, he grips on it tighter. You need to make a disarm check if you want to do that.
I tell Moonlight to stop. If you got rid of that thing, stop right now.
Do you have to be trained to do that?
Chev interjects.
I will trip that bitch.
Opper, holds it close to his chest, and he sits up and he uses his feet to scoot back against the wall where there's these, lead and clay urns lining the wall and the shelves, and they clatter as he hits the wall on the far side. He just goes, I killed her.
God damn it.
I killed her.
I glare at him and say, "That's mine." I get a 28 intimidation.
There's no way I'm letting Moonlight get their hands back on that dagger.
A 28 would frighten Opper Vandy. Are you trying to coerce them into giving the dagger back?
Yeah, so I've got quick coercion so I can do it.
Peach Pie, do something burly. There's no way you were going to let him hold that thing again.
No.
Opper is against the wall, looks erratically back and forth between Sorrow and Moonlight.
Moonlight. Sorrow's evil. Look what he's done to Opper. Look what he's done to you.
What he's done to Opper looks to me like he saved Opper.
No.
Well, Opper's alive, isn't he?
Yes, but the Psychopomp wasn't going to kill Opper Vandy. The Psychopomp just wants the Night Hag.
We don't know what happened.
So are we under the impression that Opper Vandy killed the Psychopomp? Like the Psychopomps did? I thought we just saw a dead horse.
That's true.
So there is no Psychopomp body.
You don't see a Psychopomp body.
It's just the horse.
Would we see a Psychopomp body? Or would it...
That's a very good point that I've made a decision on. Peach Pie, as you kind of look over Moonlight's shoulder as Moonlight's demanding the dagger back, there's a couple of things that you see in here, being that, your tower over Moonlight. Obviously, Opper, he's gone. He looks drained. He looks withered. This man was not able to fight Sorrow with his willpower in any way, shape, or form. He looks like he's 10 years older. There are embalming tools along the shelf on the edge. A few of them are discarded on the ground, but you see under the large metal table a body that's under there.
And what does the body appear to be of?
It's blue. The skin of the body is blue.
There's the Night Hag.
Opper stands up with the dagger, and he's gripping Sorrow in both hands, and Sorrow's glowing brightly.
Opper, what happened here?
Sorrow obviously stole the soul or something, because...
Opper's raising Sorrow up, point down, trying to fight it.
Yeah, I get it. I jump forward and grab Opper's wrists.
Sweet. Go ahead and give me your athletics on that.
Well, there's a nat 1, so I'd probably still succeed, but I am going to use that hero point.
Okay.
There's a nat 20.
Jesus.
There you go.
Isn't that how Bernard got his thing?
Yeah, I think it is.
That's true.
I just grab both of Opper's wrists in one hand and like lift him up off the floor.
Ah, what happened? What am I doing?
I reach up and I try and pry Sorrow from his hands. I mean, not try. I succeed in prying Sorrow from his
Yeah,
hands.
with the nat 20, it's done. I was gonna hurt myself.
Yes, shut up now. There's much more important things happening. Be quiet. And I set him down. Does Sorrow try and do anything to me?
He absolutely does, yes. And we're gonna roll for initiative here.
David just lost us 4,000 gold.
Throw it to me. I have the strongest will. Not only do I probably have the highest will, but I have the, if I fail, I don't fail.
Yeah, somebody run back up and grab that scabbard. I didn't think to grab it. I should have.
Moonlight has the scabbard.
Oh, you did grab the scabbard. Shit.
Peach Pie, as you're holding Sorrow, the hilt of the dagger and the dagger itself seem larger. The bones of a finger begin forming right next to yours as it's grasping the hilt, and they begin to grow out into a bony hand, followed by a bony arm. Flesh begins to grow on the bone. The bone grows back into a shoulder. Strips of flesh and leather growing from that segment, and it turns into...
Oh my goodness, that is not at all what I was expecting.
So the dagger becomes this thing?
The dagger turns into this thing holding the dagger.
So that thing has the dagger.
It's holding
Kind
it.
of. I feel like we're both holding it. We're holding hands on the dagger.
Yes.
It's very sweet.
So Peach Pie's holding like one section, like the dagger's now long enough to be a long sword. Throughout this process, it's been growing, and the hilt's been growing too for 2 hands. Peach Pie's at one handhold of the hilt, and this creature has handhold of the other. The bony fingers that are there, after all the flesh begins to grow onto it, they then get these long, nasty claws, and it all starts growing in, and these bony wings come out of it. And it's got just a maw of teeth.
Its entire face is teeth.
Its entire
Doesn't
face.
this look like something like what the edgy kid in high school drew in his notebook?
Absolutely.
Like just the art look of it, it just looks like, I don't know.
But it wins initiative with a 50.
Oh, a what?
A 50.
Huh. That's a pretty high initiative.
It is a medium creature. It's not large. It's about Peach Pie's size. And it uses its first action to wrench the dagger from Peach Pie's grasp. So it's going to make an athletics check. 43.
Yeah, it would succeed.
Is that a critical success?
That would just be a critical success.
Just be critical. So that means it's going to wrench the dagger from Peach Pie's grasp. And with its second and third actions, it's going to focus its gaze on Peach Pie. Peach Pie, give me a will save.
23.
23 will critically fail.
Critically fail.
Yeah. Peach Pie, you are doomed.
Well, obviously, we all are.
No, you have the doomed condition now.
Yeah, it's fine.
What does that do?
I think it's the first time we've touched the doomed condition.
It's only, like, relevant if you get... It's like the wounded condition doesn't go away.
Yeah, you start one higher on your dying value.
Yeah, so if you go unconscious from a normal hit, you would, and you're doomed 1, which you are right now, you would go to dying 2.
Peach Pie could go to 5, right?
Yes, Peach Pie has Die Hard.
So if he's doomed 1, he actually can only go to 4.
So now it's Jebediah's turn.
Is this Sorrow?
Hard question to answer right now, to be honest.
Moonlight, he looks super cool. I bet you want to keep that dagger. I make a 30-foot movement next to Peach Pie, and I didn't see any of that other shit happen. So all I see is he successfully wrenched it out of his hand, so they're no longer holding it?
Yep, they're no longer holding it, correct. The Peach Pie isn't. It's just this thing that's holding it.
And you said this dagger got bigger? You said it looked like a longsword now?
It looks about the size of a wicked longsword, yeah.
So it itself has even gotten bigger.
Yes.
Fucking got full off a fucking Psychopomp soul or something?
Well, I mean, if it killed the Night Hag that had all the souls from the other people,
Oh, maybe something like that.
he could have absorbed a shit ton of souls.
I say, like, so Sorrow, I finally see you. Does it, like, respond to anything?
No, it opens up its toothy growth maw and, like, shrieks at you.
Alright, well, I just fucking swing at it. 36?
That's a hit. It's not a critical hit.
So, 26 damage.
26. Jib comes in and slices across the creature, and a spray of blood, almost too much blood for how much damage you dealt to it, hits the wall, and you actually dealt it 36 damage.
Nice. I try it again.
You got a natural 20. 33, because it's your second attack,
Would not be a
hit.
Jesus.
So it turns it up to a regular hit. But yes, you hit one more time.
So 15.
15. And just like before, it seems like your axe just does a wicked amount of slashing damage to it as blood just spatters on the wall. Jeb is so pissed off at this thing. Alright, then after Jeb, Wizard, it's your turn.
Can I do a recall knowledge of some sort and try and figure out what this thing is?
Absolutely. Give me a religion check.
One action. Nat 20. 38.
Oh.
I wasted that nat 20 because the next thing I was going to do needed that, but that's okay.
Maybe this will make you feel a little better. A 38 fails. The 20 turns it into a success.
Okay.
You have to, like, stop for a second, because this thing is a Velstrak. The Velstraks are from the Shadow Plane. But it's not only is it a Velstrak, but this is one of the most powerful Velstraks that is, like, known to have been found. This is an Eremite. Eremites roam the plains to seek out ideal portions of other creatures to stitch to their being.
Good to know.
They've got a lot of Zon-Kuthan energy, and they're from the Shadow Plains. Velstraks are horrific, shadow-dwelling fiends who seek ultimate sensation through self-mutilation. They transcend their stoic detachment only when inflicting pain and terror upon their victims, practicing new forms of debasement and torture before then turning their knives on themselves. Although they consider themselves beyond such limitations as morality or mortal taboos, their victims know them as emotionalist tormentors who inflict debased, sadistic suffering.
Cool. So what, like somebody put the essence of one of those into a dagger for a rune lord, and somehow it didn't manifest itself until now?
It got a lot of souls just now, and it also absorbed something that it's been trying to absorb for a long time. And no one was here to stop it.
Hey, good thing we didn't just send somebody with the fucking ring to go talk to Opper Vandy by themselves.
Oh boy. If you guys would have done that, that would have been interesting. The other thing to point out about this wizard from a meta standpoint, just to give you an idea of how strong these things are, an Eremite is a level 20 creature. Now, this thing looks like a very emaciated version of an Eremite. It looks weak, and it certainly doesn't normally have weakness to slashing damage or anything, or bleed this much. Almost like it hasn't fully come into what it's trying to get into right now.
I fire Disintegrate at it, and I get a 39 to hit.
A 39 is a hit.
Okay, Fortitude save.
Fortitude save, it gets a 37.
So 40 damage.
What type of damage is that?
It's Disintegrate.
Is it negative?
I don't think so. It just says 12d10 damage.
Oh, so it's just straight up evocation magic damage.
It's just untyped damage, basically.
Sweet, that's really good. Well, it hits the Velstrak in the shoulder, and it burns a circular spot into it, and it screeches when that happens. Moonlight. After witnessing this thing transform, watching this thing grow out of Sorrow and Sorrow change form himself even, you feel that connection, that waning, like longing, is just suddenly gone. Your drained condition decreases from drained 2 to drained 1. And you have this moment of horror as you realize that you can feel and recall subtle moments in the last days and even since you've picked Sorrow up, little nudges that he's been giving your consciousness that you've just forgotten. And all of that comes flooding back to you.
So when I look at this thing, does it have a soul?
It doesn't. The soul is in Sorrow. Although your soul sight is picking up in Sorrow's gem about 8 different souls. It's hard to tell because they're all clustered really heavily together, and 2 of them outstrip the others in intensity and power by quite a bit.
God, I wonder if this would work. I want to use Spirit Blast on it. The spell attacks the spirit, not the body.
So that means if you were to do a spirit blast, you'd have to pick one of the spirits to blast.
I don't know if it's the spirit we need to take out, or if we need to take out this thing's body. Well, then I will glare at it. And attempt, oh, Jesus Christ. 27 to beat its
Will
DC?
DC? No, that is a critical failure.
Yeah, nothing happens on a critical failure. I don't like any of my options, but we'll just throw a Phantasmal Killer at him and see what happens. Need a will save.
It gets a 35.
That is a success. Can he take mental damage?
Yes.
So he will take 11 mental damage. Can he be frightened?
He can be.
And he will be frightened 1.
Right.
That will be my turn.
Peach Pie, it's your turn.
Action 1, Rage. Action 2, place my second hand back on my maul. Action 3, swing at the terrible thing.
Oh,
And I get a 23 and miss.
23 misses.
Done.
Gonna go back up to the top of the order here. Sorrow is going to reach out through telepathy and kind of do like this broadcast of telepathy to everyone. Peach Pie, Moonlight, Jebediah, the Wizard, Turtle.
Turtle ain't here.
You want me to bring Turtle in?
No.
Okay. Keep her
I'm
out.
not getting. She's not getting no mind fuckery.
You all hear Sorrow's voice echo through your minds, and he says, "This went so much better than I ever could expected. Moonlight still grows, and you all, I believe you're all going to taste amazing when I come back for you." And he's going to make a move to get out of the room.
Damn right he is.
And there's only one direction that he can go.
We'll take some attacks of opportunity at him then.
I got 35 to hit.
Nice. Peach Pie, what'd you get?
38. I deal him 28 damage.
Peach Pie, your bludgeoning damage doesn't deal him any more, so you deal him the 28 damage. Jeb, your slash is just wrecking. Every time that you take a heavy swing at this thing, you can almost feel like the haft of your weapon is pushing your axe deeper into its flesh. It's going to keep trying to move, so it's going to tumble through both Moonlight and the Wizard. Does a 39 beat Moonlight and the Wizard's reflex DC?
39, yeah, but
Yeah.
not critically.
Not critically.
Not that it makes a difference, I don't think.
Yeah, it would use its second action to tumble through both Moonlight and the Wizard, unless I have to make a second check.
Does it get any harder because you're going through 2 people or anything?
Not that I've seen for the tumble through. I'll double check though.
I don't know, Tumble Through just says you can try to move through the space of one enemy.
Oh, it does say one enemy at the top. I was looking at the success and stuff. If he moves through Moonlight, there's no way to 5 foot diagonal step out of
You
that.
can't leave.
I think you're right, Ted. Standing right in front of Moonlight, it's going to reach out and touch Moonlight, and Moonlight needs to give me a will save.
33.
33 is a regular failure. Moonlight, this is called Tormenting Touch. As soon as the hand reaches out to touch you, you begin to scream in agony. So a failure on this makes Moonlight, you're gonna hate me. Stupefied, 3.
On a regular fucking failure?
On a regular failure.
Stupefied kind of fucks casters.
This is the caster fucking. All of your casting base checks are reduced by the amount of the stupefied condition, which includes will saving throws, spell attack rolls, spell DCs, and skill checks that use your intelligence, wisdom, and charisma. So that would include intimidate checks too. If you attempt to cast a spell while stupefied, you have to succeed a flat check of DC 5 plus your stupefied value. So you'd have to make a flat 8 check to cast at the moment. And then with its third action, it's going to shove Moonlight to the side into some barrels that are next to them near the front door. Moonlight does... never mind. Nat 20 on the die, shove. Moonlight gets thrown against southeast corner of the room on top of a drain, like a grate in the floor. It's probably where all the embalming fluids get drained through. Delicious. Jeb, it's your turn.
He's still just right next to me, huh?
He walked all the way around you with the intention of tumbling through the door, but couldn't actually do it, so...
You could delay until I can move into flanking.
I was just looking at the combat tracker. Yeah, I will wait until my clown friend is positioned differently. So place me right before Soro.
Alright. Then Jebediah delaying wizard. It's your turn.
Can I get a line spell off and not hit Jeb with it? Is it 2 in front and then 2 to the side? Like 1 over?
How long is the line?
30 foot?
You could go 2 forward and then it would like kind of blast into the wall.
Yeah, that's basically what I'm looking for.
It would hit it and then just miss Jebediah to the right and hit into the wall next to him. Yeah, you could do that with the line templates. I think a lot of people end up overlooking lines because they think literally just in that straight line on the grid. The template allows a lot of flexibility though.
So I'm gonna do a bunch of shit now. Drain bonded item, level 6 to recall disintegrate. Quicken cast, enervation.
That's a level 3 innovation, right?
Level 4.
Oh, it's 2 levels below. That's right. Mm-hmm. Sweet. All right, 2 spells go off.
So fortitude save.
28 on the fortitude save from Soro.
That does fail. So he's gonna take 48 persistent negative damage and is drained 1.
And this is on the enervation, right?
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha. Bunch of persistent negative damage. Okay.
Drained 1.
Drained 1.
So I don't think he takes any damage initially then, right?
No,
I wouldn't think so.
The disintegrate, on the other hand.
The disintegrate should hurt, hopefully.
So can you do it in any order you want?
No. So I had to do enervation because it was the quicken cast spell. Quicken cast says that you have to, like the spell you're going to quicken cast has to be 2 levels lower and you have to use it right away. Like it's the first thing you have to do when you start your turn.
Oh, so enervation does have to go off.
Enervation
first.
had to be the first spell. Disintegrate's the second spell.
Got it.
Nat 20.
No way. On the raid?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So whatever he gets for the save here, it is 1 degree in my favor. Please fail. Oh, fuck you. You succeeded, but it still becomes a failure because of the crit.
Yeah, they got a 34, but it is a regular failure. That's 12d10 damage.
Yep. 71. That's my turn.
That was a hell of a turn, wizard.
You can do multiple free actions in 1 round, right?
Absolutely.
Okay, yeah, then I'm good. Because Drain Bonded Item and Quicken Cast would both be free actions.
They were both free actions. Right on. All right, Moonlight, you're standing over a drainage grate. You just watched 2 rays, or a disintegrate, and then an enervation hit Soro creature.
So what do I have to do to cast a spell? I have to roll a flat check of 8.
8 right now, yes.
This is the first step.
That's the first step, correct. Oh, the target can attempt a new will save at the start of each of its turn to reduce the stupefied condition by 1.
So I make another will save?
Yeah, I don't know why it says you can attempt a new will save. Obviously you want to.
I fail.
Yeah, that will fail.
I really have so little I can even do.
I don't know if you have to do anything, man. Beach Pie and Jeb are both gonna go, and it's got persistent damage on it.
He wants his knife back.
No, he doesn't. It doesn't.
No, I did mention that that connection, that desire, that want is totally gone now.
Oh.
Yeah, this is more of a desire just to hurt it. Alright, we'll give it a try. So, flat check. Nope, fails.
Moonlight tries casting a spell, but it's too busy screaming.
Yeah, I attempt a focus spell, and I cannot focus.
Alright, Moonlight, anything with your third action?
I throw a book at it, like a literal book. I just
Just throw books.
Pick it up, throw it at it. Bounces off its body, but...
Just in so much frustration.
All right, well, Peach Pie, it's your turn.
And we'll take a move action to get over there. A stride action, I should say. He's got attack of opportunity. He can take it.
It doesn't.
Now in flanking, we will take a swing. We get a 34 to hit,
34 will fail.
even with the drained one.
If it's flanked,
If it's flanked, you're right, it does not fail. It hits. Thank you. That hits.
26 damage.
Peach Pie, you circle around to flank this creature with Jebediah, who it's extraordinarily wary of because something about Jebediah's weapon is just cutting through this creature and dealing tons of extra damage. You hit it right in its toothy maw with your hammer, and when you do, the dagger screams. Sorrow screams in everyone's head. From the place where you hit this creature, it begins to crumple in on itself, and you can see its face starts to invert, and it's screaming, and then it's pulling itself in through its throat, inside out, and it's disappearing as it's doing that. And it spins and shrinks until it's just Sorrow, and the blade begins to disintegrate. The ruby and the hilt hit the floor. The ruby shatters.
Does Moonlight stop screaming?
Detect magic.
There is no magic coming from the hilt. Moonlight, you see spirits flying out of the gem as it breaks, and they disperse quickly. Now all that's left is a plain, like, resin handle that just kind of clatters to the ground. It almost echoes throughout the room with how hollow it sounds when it clatters to the ground.
Each spy will just kind of step away from it a little bit and look at Moonlight.
Moonlight, I would say you probably stop screaming.
that's good.
Congratulations. You killed Sorrow.
We did it.
Good riddance.
We should have sold him.
You're level 12. Moonlight, you can replace the hilt of Sorrow. It's non-magical. It's just standard hilt material right now. It can be your lucky keepsake.
Moonlight will pick it up, and is there anything left of the blade?
It doesn't look like it at all.
So, like, it wouldn't fit the scabbard right now?
No,
Because
not
there's
at
to be
all.
nothing to hold it, nothing to hold it in.
Yeah, nothing to hold it in.
Guess Moonlight will hang it on a branch. Tie a string around it or something. Hang it like an ornament.
Moonlight's a Christmas tree of vengeance.
Somehow I always end up drained at the end of these books.
Are you alright, Moonlight?
Are any of us alright? We have been through more than most should ever have to be.
Good point.
But hopefully after another night's rest, we should be okay.
Glad to see you're feeling better about the dagger.
Yes, there was some things that I did not realize were happening. But I understand it now, I believe.
We're always here for you.
Those Oppers still like shaking in the corner over there.
Oh, he's like in the fetal position after that whole situation. Can you imagine watching that creature grow from a dagger that you were just holding on to and realizing that it commanded you to stab yourself in the chest and you almost did it?
Well, congratulations. I think you basically stopped your own problem.
Well, who was that thing?
That was Sorrow. You're actually pretty lucky. He wanted me to kill you earlier.
Well, I'm glad you didn't. I see that you were able to resist it much better than I was.
Now you've killed the Night Hag, which I think was causing you your issues.
He looks over at the body that's shoved underneath the table. Yeah, I did. Well, it did, really. I just kind of stood there and held it in front of me while it ate the Night Hag somehow. I'm not entirely certain what happened, even.
What happened to the Psychopomp?
Psychopomp?
The spider thing.
I'm not entirely certain what you're talking about. I was in
No?
my embalming lab when I heard a terrible ruckus from outside. Poked my head out the door, and this large, huge bone horse that was on fire and smoking in my backyard. So I tried to block off the embalming room as best I could. Something was fighting out there. When things went quiet, I propped open the door to take a look, and this creature, and he points down to the Night Hag, was here and had the dagger in her hands. You guys basically just showed up after all the action happened, and it just so happened that the Night Hag, during the scuffle, pulled Sorrow out of the sheath and then used Sorrow to kill the Marigna. And then she went to go confront Opper Vandy, who had fled to his embalming lab during the struggle. And when she got in, Sorrow ate its soul, and then Opper took the dagger and was just holding it, waiting.
Well, I'm glad that dumb dagger's dead.
All I know is Peach Pie was right. Marigna was gonna be dead, because they were stupid.
Level up to 12. Let's talk about what's new. Peach Pie, what's your level 12 look like?
So, level 12, pretty simple. I am going to take probably the final feat in my alchemy dedication, and I'm going to take Master Alchemy. So that means I can use my infused reagents for creating up to 7th level, and an additional level for every level I gain beyond 12th. So at 13th, I'll be able to go up to 8. 14th, I'll be able to go up to 9th for creating the things that I use every day for alchemy. So that way I'll be able to keep creating better things to keep us alive with like saves and stuff.
Nice.
That's the interesting thing. The only other thing I get is a skill feat, which I think I'm just going to take Quick Climber, because why not? There it is. I can climb. Or I might take Water Sprint, where I can run across the water with my big floppy clown shoes.
Yes.
Yeah, let's do that. That's much better.
Yes.
I'm going to take Water Sprint so I can run across the water with my big floppy clown shoes. It'll probably never be useful, but it's funny. So that's
It's
it.
going
That's
to
my level.
happen in one time, and we're all going to love it.
We'll make it happen. We'll make it happen.
Make it be like a puddle of your own tears.
Sprint across the rain cloud puddle. Okay, well, it's going to keep you up, pace up with Alchemist. You also don't have to take additional feats to increase that. It just increases every level.
Right, now it just increases along with me.
Yeah, so that's a really important place to end with your Alchemist chain. Interested
Yep,
to see.
that's the final one in there.
Interested to see where you go after that. But till then, what about Jebediah? What does level 12 look like for Jeb?
I'll get 3 level 6s a day, along with the other casters, I assume. I took a skill feat that allows me to talk to the spirits that form leshies. We're not really sure how we'll use it, but it might be fun.
We'll find a way to make it happen. It was commune with nature, right? Skill feat?
No, it is called...
Oh, that's a ritual. It's my bad.
It is called Consult the Spirits. Once a day. Doing this, a success, the spirits are indifferent to you, but answer one question. A critical success, they are helpful towards me. Only I can see these spirits, and they answer 3 simple questions about the environment within 100 feet of me, depending on the skill you choose and thus the type of spirits you contact. Their answers are almost always a single word, and their knowledge is limited to within their area of interest. So, I guess that doesn't, like, they can't tell me a lot, but... Good, bad, evil, huh?
Yeah, we'll find a way to make that work. I think the part that we were drawn to on that one, I know Spencer was for sure, and I agreed.
Is the leshies.
Yeah, when you choose whether you do nature, occultism, or religion when you pick Consult the Spirits. And for nature, allows you to contact the spirits of nature that form leshies. So that's very interesting.
And then,
What the fuck were y'all thinking with Moonlight?
What happened?
yeah, what's going on there? I took my final fighter feat, which is the only way I can get my axe to expert, and that's the highest it'll ever be.
Expert's the highest you'll ever get for proficiency with your axe?
Highest I can ever get.
Woof.
And it's only because even if I went even heavier into fighter, I've looked at there was nothing I could do.
There's no way to get it to master?
No. So for further on, I get cool and I'll be getting a lot more magical shit. But
Right on.
I mean, next level 14 would be making Turtle savage.
Oh, so Turtle's gonna glow up here in a few levels.
Yeah.
Nice. All right.
Bing, bada, boom. And I got some more HP. I don't know if anybody else got that, but...
That sounds like a...
Oh, yeah.
That's a
Yeah,
solid
what are you at, like 300 now, Peach Pie?
Yeah, I'm up to 212 HP now.
Damn.
Dude, that's... I'm at 138.
I got less than you, dude.
Like toughness.
Ain't nobody got time for that. I say as the other 3 people have toughness.
That's all I got.
Well, what about Wizard? What's it look like, Wiz?
I got a skill feat. It took sign language.
Just
course
because you
you
didn't
did.
quite have enough.
I mean, sign language is awesome. And then I got a class feat, and it's a counter spell. It's a prereq for some shit I want later.
Counterspell even any good in 2E?
No, not really.
Does it actually allow you to counterspell without... Because, I mean, in 1E, like, it's garbage, except the Arcanist's counterspell is actually super good. You had to, like, have a fireball ready.
You have to have it. You have to counteract it. At level 14, I'm taking reflect spell though. Then it just automatically reflects the spell if I succeed at countering it, and they have to make saves on it.
I mean, you have to have the spell prepared.
I want to say there's another feat somewhere that makes it so you don't.
Yeah, you just have to have the same, like, type of spell or something, but then it gets, like, a +2 against your counteract check or something like that.
Yeah. But yeah, Tyler, I'm building a countercaster. At like level 16, I'll be able to reflect spells and do it with the clever counterspelling.
So you are gonna do clever counterspell then?
Yeah.
I mean, it actually isn't that bad. That's a decent build. You've got a lot of spells in your spellbook, man.
And I have a shit ton of spell slots because of Drain Bonded Item, Universalist shit.
That's cool.
Shit, you might actually be able to make a really good counterspeller at, the mid-high levels.
It just takes to level 16 to get there.
Then that leaves the ringleader, Moonlight. What are you doing with the 12th level there?
Moonlight's taking no cause for alarm. It is a diplomacy feat where if my allies have the frightened condition, I can make a diplomacy check against their will DC to attempt to reduce their frightened condition.
Oh, interesting. Okay. That's kind of cool.
So instead of just causing fear in my enemies, I can attempt to reduce the fear in my allies. And so that's my skill feat. My class feat is something called Blood Component Substitution. I can substitute the normal spell components with my own blood.
But
So when you cast a spell, you can replace all verbal, material, or somatic spellcasting components with a blood component. To use a blood component, you lose hit points equal to twice your spell's level, and you can't decrease these hit points in any way.
So wait a minute, so you're a bloat mage now?
kind of sounds like a bloat mage.
Because that's what a bloat mage does.
Sort of. But the big thing that it does is it makes it so that the cast of spell activity gains the concentrate trait, but does not have the manipulate trait.
Oh, so you use the same number of actions, but you don't provoke.
Correct.
There's a lot of benefits. Deafened wouldn't affect you in that way. That's kind of cool. I like that.
Yeah. So, I might cause myself some damage, but I could possibly stop myself from getting an attack of opportunity on me.
And for caster, that's huge.
Do we want to go through items and sell shit and buy items and shit? Or can we do that?
While you're in Kerrick, yeah. I'll allow you to sell things in Kerrick. It's a port town. You'll be able to find merchants.
So I'm imagining we're sleeping somewhere tonight and then waking up the next day and leaving.
At Oppers,
I was saying, I'd assume we're going to stay here at Oppers.
Plus, are we getting a reward for saving his life?
Yeah, we're taking all that. 4,000.
It's gonna take all your life savings,
there's
buddy.
$4.
that we don't know about.
Did we lock the door?
You did lock it back up. Yep.
That's way better than the garbage shit the Abadarian guy was going to give us for saving him 1,000,000 years ago.
What, a +1 crossbow?
No, that's what we demanded from him.
yeah,
he wanted to
that's
give us those two
wanted to
little
give us
shitty
garbage.
items.
Yeah, do we get anything for reward though, Tyler?
Jesus, we were demanding shit from that guy back in the day.
That feels like so long ago.
And with that, Sorrow is finally dead. Moonlight free of his evil clutches. You know, the Discord has suggested a sort of spin-off show, a Kalkek and Sorrow buddy cop movie, except they're evil monsters who steal souls. Now, we'll see. But with that, it is the end of Book 3. Where will the adventure take us from here? Find out next time as we continue the Extinction Curse. And until then, may you have many great adventures of your own.
It's your turn.